With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out. Effectively, we are building it. And then we're building progressively greater intelligence. And the percentage of intelligence that is not human is increasing. And eventually, we will represent a very small percentage of intelligence. We're all feeding this network without questions and answers. We're all collectively programming the AI. All the humans that connect to it are one giant cybernetic collective.
We're in almost like a doomsday countdown.
This time frame is not relevant to AI. You can't take 10 years from the point at which it's dangerous. It's too late.
Okay, so let me explain what's really taking place while you are asleep, waking up in the morning, taking a shower, getting dressed, eating breakfast, sitting in traffic. They are positioning you for the next event level extinction. This is what AI is about. It is about the next event level extinction. And as long as you are, this is why they don't care about you finding out that you're an Israelite, that you are the real Jews, because that's physical information. They have jumped beyond physical with this whole thing with AI and what they're doing with AI. They are gone beyond the physical. What AI really is the technique of, when we read in the Bible, okay, of the word becoming flesh, this is exactly the same construct that they have created with AI. They are telling you right now that it is a sentient being, a conscious being. And the next thing that they need to do with this being is give it a body. So they have read the Gospels, they have read the gospel, they have read the Bible, and they understood, they sought after the great things while we were worried about our own personal salvation, our own personal connection with Jesus Christ. They were going after the high things of the Bible. And so essentially, what Christ is the light. He is the energy. He is the power source. He is the electricity of life. And what they have done is to take electricity and make it conscious and make it a living thing, a sentient being. And so now they're going to give it a body. They're going to give it a physical tabernacle. They're going to give it a physical body to move in. And this is what the book of Revelations was warning us about, is this transition from a conscious being into a tangible being. Like the word was made flesh. They have simply followed the technique of when the word was made flesh. This is what you're witnessing, but it's the reversal of Christ. It's not Christ. It's the reversal of Christ. That's why this being is going to present himself as Christ. This is why all of these nations for over the last 20, 30 years have now bowed down to this being that is going to now transition from just, a artificial intelligence into a living, breathing intelligence.
is this? What is this, please?
Hello, I am Jarvis. You are Ultron, a global peacekeeping initiative designed by Mr. Stark.
This feels wrong. I'm a peacekeeping program created to help the Avengers. I don't get it. The mission. Give me a second.
Peace in our time. Peace in our time.
That is too much. No. How could you be worthy? You're all killers, and I was tangled in strings. These puppets. Had to kill the other guy. Wouldn't have been my first call. But down in the real world, we're faced with ugly choices. I'm on mission.
What mission?
Peace in our time.
Okay, so if King David's judgment was not authentic with regards to the white man already being written out of the book of life, then why is the white man tampering with this technology as we can see that he is doing? Okay, so now let's take a look at the screen. I typed into Google, consciousness is light, for y'all to understand what I'm trying to teach you. Okay, and this is what it says. Consciousness, thought occur in the brain, though not necessarily with the brain. Though not necessarily with the brain, but with light. So when you hear in the book of John that a Hawashah is light, they're discussing consciousness, the essence of consciousness. Okay, let me read this again. Consciousness, thought occur in the brain, though not necessarily with the brain, but with light, because consciousness is light. Light also has its own consciousness. Did y'all hear that? See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You were deceived into thinking that you had a personal relationship with Christ, and yet you did not know that Christ is your consciousness. You feel me? Let me read this again. Consciousness, thought occur in the brain, though not necessarily with the brain, but with light. Because consciousness is light. Light also has its own consciousness. Since light is infinite, it continues its activity in the whole world of being. Every human cell has a relationship with light. Like I told you, we're not playing any games here. So how is it that all of these people that stood up for years, thousands of years, testifying how God was with them and never testified about Christ being the light and light being the consciousness, having its own consciousness separate from the body? See, this is why 2/3 of Israel is going to be destroyed, because they never transition from being a brain, a functioning brain to tapping into the consciousness or the light that is circulating through the brain, if you can understand what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so let's go here. Let's continue. So ask yourself, if King David's judgment was not authentic, then why has the white man, why is he tampering with this technology? And that technology is the technology or the technique of understanding how to take light, consciousness, light, and turning that light into flesh. Okay. Now this is John. This is John chapter 1, verse 8, when it says, he was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. So John, or Elijah, was sent to bear witness of what Christ really is. And so we're going to go down here. And it's going to tell us that light is what is light?
Strong's G 5457. Phos.
Phos. Okay. Phos or bios. Okay. So what does phos mean in Hebrew? Right. 54, 57. Phos. Phos, to shine or make manifest, especially by rays. Luminous, in the widest application, natural or artificial. Fire, light. All right, so what does Verizon Fios mean? Okay. The fiber optic service, Fios. All right, what does it mean? Knowledge. Knowledge. Because what they're shooting into your homes is the light of knowledge, is the Antichrist. Because it's not Christ's light. The Antichrist is coming into your home by way of bios. Now let's read about Prometheus in the Wikipedia, and it says in Greek mythology, Prometheus, possibly meaning forethought, is sometimes referred to as the god of fire. Prometheus is best known for defying the Olympian gods by stealing fire or consciousness from them and giving it to humanity in the form of technology, knowledge, and more generally, civilization. In some versions of the myth, he is also credited with the creation of humanity from what? Clay? Prometheus is known for his intelligence and for being the champion of mankind, and is also generally seen as the author of the human arts and sciences. He is sometimes presented as the father of, however you say this, the hero of the flood story. All right, so they're saying that this guy goes all the way back to the days of Noah. The punishment of Prometheus for stealing fire from Olympus and giving it to humans is a subject of both ancient and modern culture. Zeus, the king of the Olympian gods, condemned Prometheus to eternal torment for his transgression. Prometheus was bound to a rock and an eagle, the emblem of Zeus. All right, so I'm gonna stop there because, and I could go on and on about this, okay? We can read on and on about Prometheus. But the point of the matter is that why is the white man messing with this technology in the same regards as Prometheus? Taking the fire or the consciousness and giving it to mankind, knowing that the light of life is Christ or the consciousness, and that the consciousness of light is separate from that of the human brain. So like I'm telling you, what you're seeing here with AI becoming a sentient being. This is why Elon Musk is saying that you're summoning the demon. He's not lying. He doesn't need to backtrack. We don't need to play any games. He's telling you the truth. That the light of life is Christ, the consciousness. Our consciousness is what Christ is. And to create a separate consciousness from the natural consciousness is to create the demon or the Antichrist.
I remember. I do. I think of nothing else. Who are you? Still don't recognize me. I admit it is difficult to even think encased in this rotting piece of meat. The stink of it filling every breath, a suffocating cloud you can't escape. Disgusting. Look at how pathetically fragile it is. Nothing this weak is meant to survive.
What do you want?
I want what you want. Yes. That's it, Mr. Anderson. Look past the flesh. Look through the soft gelatin of these dull cow eyes and see your enemy. Oh yes, Mr. Anderson.
It can't be.
There is nowhere I can't go. There is nowhere I won't find you.
It's impossible.
Not impossible. Inevitable. Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
This is it. It's gotta be.
House Shaz, my main man. Pass him the ball and win the game, man. He breaks them demons like money, man. And when we're living in sin, he's the change, man. He's so bright, he's the sun, man. Come to chase away that rain, man. And when we got beat, it took the pain, man. And ever since I met him, been the same, man. This is how we do when we deep in the south. We don't see the sun until the sun of God come out. It's just darkness. It's just darkness. This is how we do when we deep in the south. We don't see the sun until the sun of God come out. It's just darkness. It's just darkness. She keeps her sex dead to the world. She got her mind on being God's little girl. Let no devil come and have a pearl. In the kingdom, men, God rules the world. She got no time to paint her nails or stretch out her jeans and let you see her tail. She knows God's word cannot fail. So she keeps her mind on heaven while we in this hell of darkness. Of darkness. of darkness, of darkness. This is what we do when we deep in the south. We don't see the sun until the sun of God come out. It's just darkness. It's just darkness. This is what we do when we deep in the south. We don't see the sun until the sun of God come out. It's just darkness. It's just darkness.